Let's start. We have an existing session planned for you today, and I'm confident you will find it both informative and engaging. Yeah, so our topic, email deliverability, is incredibly relevant to today's business, and we are here to provide you with the valuable insights and practical strategies. I'm particularly excited to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. Ashwin. He's a head of customer success in Gozin with a very good work experience. By his guidance, he supported more than 500 plus clients to grow on the business and bring a wealth of knowledge to today's discussion. And throughout the webinar, we encourage you to for example, when active participants, please feel to free share your thoughts and questions in chat box. We'll have a Q&A session at the end of this meeting, and we'll address as many of the questions possible. So without further delay, let's dive into our topic. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ashwin. Ashwin, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gautam. It was a warm welcome and great introduction. So, hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's webinar on email deliverability and the guide for the cold email outreach. So, I appreciate you joining today, as well as we get into the essential aspects of email deliverability, specifically tailored for the cold email campaigns. So, in this session, we'll explore the fundamentals of cold email deliverability, why it's crucial for the benchmarks you should aim, and the common challenges you might face. So, whether you are new to your cold email marketing or you refine your approach, this webinar will provide you the valuable insights to help you to succeed. So, let's get started. So our today's agenda is we are going to discuss about problem facing. So what's email deliverability and why it's important, and the solution for it, list building, and then email copy. So the timing, the frequency, the bulk, and the smart sending. So at the end, we are going to have the question session, one-on-one session. So yeah. So I hope you can see my screen, right? Yes, thank you. So what's email deliverability in the context of the cold email outreach? So simply put, it refers to your cold emails which will land in your recipients' inboxes rather than the spam folders. Unlike marketing emails sent in subscribers, so cold emails are unsolicited, marketing the deliverability and more challenging. So it's not enough just to send emails. You need to ensure they are seen, read by your targeted audience. So the deliverability includes the several components, the sender's reputation, the content you're making, and then the technical infrastructures behind your screen presence. So it's crucial to optimize these elements to increase the chances of your email reaching their intended destination, which we'll cover soon. So just hang in tight. So next comes the importance. So the ideal open rates. The primary goal is to get your emails opened, ensuring your emails are delivered in the inbox, but not on the spam folder. It significantly increases the likelihood of them being opened. And the effective engagement. Good deliverability means more opportunity for the engagement. And build trust and credibility. For cold emails and build trust is crucial. Poor deliverability can damage your credibility if your emails are frequently marked as spam. Optimizing the campaign performance. So the deliverability impacts your campaign's return on the investment. So every email that you're making in the inbox is a potential opportunities for the conversations, making high deliverability essential for the cost-effective campaigns. So and then comes the deliverability rate challenge. So achieving a high deliverability rate in the cold email outreach is due to several factors. Inadequate authentication. Proper authentication using SPF, DKIM, and DMARCs are essential. These protocols verify your identity as the sender and help you to prevent your email from being flagged or spam or spoofed email. List quality and targeting. High quality well-targeted lists are crucial. Purchased or outdated lists often contain invalid addresses, landing to the higher bounce rates and damaging your sender's reputation. And then content sensitivity. So content of the cold email must carefully crafted. Overlay promotional language, excessive use of the spam, trigger words, or irrelevant content can trigger the spam filters and lower the engagement rates. Frequency and sending patterns. Sending too many emails too frequently can raise the red flags with ISPs. Maintaining a constant and moderate sending frequency helps you to avoid being marked as spam. Then comes a recipient engagement. Lower engagement measured as the metrics like open and the click rates can harm your deliverability. Higher engagement indicates that your email are relevant, valued by the recipients, which ISPs reward with a better inbox placement. So at this end of this webinar, you'll be able to tackle these problems and increase your delivery rate. And this is very important. So the delivery rate is really the thing in the cold marketing. Actually, it determines the performance of the cold emails in the most cases. The average delivery rate of our Gosens cold email falls around 90 to 97% max. At least, if it falls down, it's somewhere between 60 to 70%. So we have done a lot of research and tweaks to maintain our delivery rate and to increase the performance of our cold email campaigns. So here I'll be sharing the few things I've learned related to increasing the delivery rate from the actively running cold campaigns for the past 2 years. So introduction to the technical aspects. So before entering into any part of the cold emails, it's important to focus on the technical aspects. These are all the basics you should set up to indicate your email and not spoofed or spam but valid. Most people think setting up these technical aspects are complex, but it's not. It's easy. I'll show you how you can do it. But first, let's look at what is SPF, DKIM, and DMARC mean. So I hope you should be knowing about SPF, DKIM, right? Anyone in the audience? Yeah, thank you. So SPF stands for Sender Policy Framework. SPF allows you to domain owner specifically which mail servers are permitted to send emails on behalf of the domain. SPF role on the deliverability by preventing the unauthorized servers from sending emails with your domain. SPF reduces the likelihood of your emails being marked as spam, thus increasing the chances of them reaching their inboxes. DKIM, Domain Key Identified Pane. So DKIM uses cryptographic techniques to validate the email which was not altered during the transist and verifies its form from the authorized sender. So DKIM's role on the deliverability ensures that your emails are secure and not have been tampered with. With these, we can build the trust of the emails providers. But this trust improves like the likelihood your email should be delivered in the inbox rather than being flagged as suspicious. And next slide is the DMARC, which stands for Domain-Based Message Authentication, Reporting, and Conformance. So, DMARC helps you to decide what happens if an email falls on the SPF or the DKIM checks. And it also gives you the report of how your domain is being used. So DMARC's role on the deliverability is by setting the clear policies on how to handle potentially the fraud emails, and the DMARC helps you to protect your emails reputations. This reduces you to risk your legitimate emails being blocked by the sender and the spam folder. Then comes the list building for the email deliverability. So If you're here, probably you know that 70% of your email deliverability depends on the quality of your email list. So we all have those moments when your poor list quality leads to low delivery rates and missed opportunities. But don't worry. By the end of the session, you'll have the tools and the knowledge you need to build your top-notch email list to ensure the high deliverability. Let's get started. So first, it starts with gathering your customers' information. So first step is understanding who your target customers are. This means gathering the key information about such as the geographical locations, the industry they are from, and the position, what's their company size. These details are very crucial because it helps to tailor your messaging and ensure you're reaching the right people. You might think this can get your info from your sales team. And while this is a good start, sometimes it's not enough. Let me show you some proven methods we use to gather the data. So here we used G2Crowd for the insights. So first we check with the customer's purchase data. This tells us who's already buying our products, which is the great indicator of who we should target. Then comes the G2Crowd reviews. So we used G2Crowd reviews to check the top competitors, and it's a gold mine for finding the industries and the company sizes, people who are interested in, and the similar products. Let me show you a video, share your screen and show you the video first. So once you're on this page, you can scroll down and click more filters. Here you can filter the reviews on the industry based on the company sizes, even the reviewer's position. So this is a neat way you find your patterns in the types of your businesses and roles that are interested in your product. For instance, we have found most reviews for the Gozen Growth. Gozen Growth is one of our tools which is used for email marketing. So we used most reviews for the Gozen Growth from the small businesses with 50 or fewer employees. Knowing their positions of your targeted customers is the key in gathering the targeted email list. If you already have the great info, we are here with a few days to gather it. So then comes the next slide. Further research techniques. Online surveys. Send a quick 30 seconds or a 1-minute survey to collect the data. Next, case study sessions. Work with your sales and the customer support team to schedule the sessions. They have the closest connection with your customers and can help to gather the valuable insights. Next comes Growth's Lead Finder tool. Interesting. So this tool helps you to filter and find out your ideal customers. Plus, Growth only provides the valid emails, so you don't need to worry about the further verification. Let me show you how to use it. I'll also show you one more video of the Growth's Lead Finder tool. So here you go. You can search your job title, and then which agency they are on, using the company's keywords. And then you can alter the way based on their geographical locations, the targeted audience, the company sizes, the industry, the functional areas where they are from, or what the industry they are from. You can alter the way you want. Once you click the build button, what it happens, it gives you a valid data. And we have the database for more than 4 billion customers. It's loading. So there you go. So here you can find the email, the geographical location, the title they are from, and then we have the 450 results based on the searches from the geographical area. So yeah. So moving on to the next slide, the importance of the email subject lines. So you should have got a lot of cold emails, the subject. So it's crucial to understand that the key factor of achieving the high deliverability rates is crafting and compiling the email subject lines and the copy. So imagine receiving an email with a subject line of 100K in 3 months guaranteed. Your first instinct will probably be to mark it as a spam or delete it right away. Even if the content is valid, a spammy subject line can ruin your deliverability and harm your domain reputation. So let's dive into how you can write an effective subject lines and the email content that are not only boost to open rate, but also ensure your emails land on the inbox, not on the spam folder. So moving on to next slide, write a great subject line. So how do you craft a perfect subject line? Let me share you an example that worked wonders for us. So imagine Dave, your bosun's revenue. The subject line was effective because of its personalization. It personalized twice, both the recipient's name and their company's name are included. People more likely to open the email if it feels directly relevant to them. Then comes relevance. It speaks directly to the core interest of the business owner's revenue. The question format adds the layered curiosity, prompting the recipients to open an email and learn more. These elements together created a compelling reasons for recipients to open the email, leading the higher open rate. The higher open rate leads to the good convertibility. Next comes optimizing your email copy. A great subject line gets your email open, but the email copy determines whether your recipients will engage the further or mark it as a spam. To avoid the unsubscribes or the spam marking, your email content must be relevant, engaging, and aligned with the subject line. High quality email copy not only maintains the interest but also encourages the click, which signals the email providers your content is valuable and legitimate. So here you can see the email copy on the slide. You guys are seeing now we have achieved 90% of the click rate by using this. Here is what we made them to perform. So we actually used hyperreach for the personalized and the cold emails. So then comes the personalization and the soft CTAs. To begin with, to start with this personalized line for each contact, such as mentioning something from their LinkedIn profile, like their position or the recent achievements, or their targeted audience, or their what are the recent things they have done based on the post. Personalizing the emails can be a labor intensive. So it can be especially for the large list, but the tools like HyperReach AI can automate this process. Just collect the LinkedIn profiles, upload them in the Hyperreach. You'll get the personalized lines for the each contract. So I'll show you a video of it. You can add your company and the company's name over there, and then the website of the company, and then the description, what the company is doing over here. For instance, we have given our company name itself over here. So it identifies the company. So it asks what's the purpose. The purpose is connecting to the audience. I've added the LinkedIn URL of the company over here. And then I've mentioned what all I need: education, the skills, the about, and then I asked personalize the AI to compose an email. So it gives you, see over here, based on that email score, readability, the personal and the engaging, how it is. It gives you the various examples for the email template where I can reach out to the audience personally. You can also edit it the way you want. So moving on to the next slide. So just a minute. Begin by addressing a common problem your audience faces. This immediately captures the interest because it shows the understanding their challenges. Value proposition. Ask if they'd like to know how your product or your service can solve their problem. This positions your solution as the valuable resource. And the soft call actions. Include your soft, not pushy CTAs. For instance, instead of demanding a meeting, offer a convenient link to schedule your call. Make it clear and easy to follow, like a 15-minute calendar link. Light-hearted moment. Add a touch of humor or light-hearted comment and make the email feel more personal and less corporate. And the genuine appreciation. End with a warm note of appreciation, which can help you build a rapport and leave a positive impression. Again, this email copy we have worked for us, it may not work for you, but still it's a good benchmark. We write you the further code emails. So then moving on to the framework for the high engagement. Remember this framework. Structure it well, start with the problem, ask whether they like to know how your value can solve their problem. Include your soft CTAs, had light-hearted moments like humor or something, and give a genuine appreciation at the last. If you write for a high open rate or a click rate, you can actually helping yourself getting increased your delivery rate because everything is interconnected here. Moving on to the next slide is spam and compliance. Writing a compelling subject lines and the email copy is crucial. But there's another critical aspects to mastering the email deliverability. Understanding adhering to spam rules and regulations like Can Spam Act. Google and other email providers are about to protect your users from unwanted emails. So let's dive into how you can avoid the spam folder and ensure your emails and the complement. So moving on to next slide is common spam words. This may be finding you irrelevant, but this actually plays a huge role over here. Spam words are the terms and phrases that Google and other email providers often associate with the spammy content. Using too many of these can trigger the spam filters and land your email in the spam folder. Common spam words include, for instance, money, marketing, traffic, cold, cost, free, guarantee, something like this. These words can be tricky to avoid, especially when you're discussing your product or the services. For example, the email we mentioned earlier with a 91% click rate contained some of these words, but still performed well. The key to use these terms thoughtfully and spraggly is better yet to be alternatives. Rewriting to avoid the spam words. So how do you rewrite your emails to avoid the spam words without losing the essence of your message? You can use tools like ChatGPT, and we have our own tool like content.ai, which helps you to write high quality content, landing pages, mail generator. You can write a blog worth of 1,500 words within 1.5 minutes without a plagiarism. So you can directly go to content.ai, use this prompt which I have mentioned you over there, and we can use this prompt over here. Paste this email copy. Provide the original email for the tool to work on. This process helps you to create the version of your email that's likely to trigger the spam filters while still conveying your message effectively. Let me paste this prompt in the chat for you. Can spam compliance. Next, let's talk about Can Spam Act. This is the regulation is crucial for anyone sending bulk emails with a few personalized emails. One of the main requirements is to include an unsubscribe button. Failing to do this can result to FT lines up to $11,000 per contact. Differences in email types. However, there are some nonsenses. Promotional email copy. Always include an unsubscribe link. Personalized email copy. If your email is highly personalized for each person's, you might not need an unsubscribe link. However, it's still a good practice to include it, as some recipients may not prefer opt out via the reply. Including an unsubscribe button is not just about the compliance, it's also about respecting your recipient's preferences. Even with the super personalized email, it is possible that some of the recipients will want to opt out. Including an unsubscribe link makes this process straightforward and helps you to maintain a positive sender's reputation. Remember, the high rate of unsubscribes or the spam complaints can significantly impact your email deliverability. Moving on to the next slide is introduction to the email frequency. How often you should send emails to your contacts? It's a critical question because the frequency of your email is closely tied with the deliverability rates. Sending too many emails and too frequently can annoy your recipients, leading them to mark your emails as spam. On the other hand, too few emails might not keep your brand top of the mind. Let's explore the best practices and our experiences with finding the right balance. Industries benchmark and testing. Initially, we followed the strategy of sending emails with a 2 days gap. This approach seemed fine at first, with the delivery rate around somewhere around 95 to 98%, which is excellent. However, we noticed the decline in the delivery rates over time, like reducing to somewhere between 75 to 78%. So we decided to experiment with the different intervals. So adjusting the email frequency. For a main sequence of 5 emails, we increased the gaps to 3 days. For the follow-up emails, we extended the interval about the 4 days. After the changes, we saw the slight increase in the delivery rate, which is somewhere between 82 to 85%, which is not that significant, but it presses the importance of testing the frequency. The key takeaway here is the more emails you send, the longer gaps it should be for each one. This approach helps you to reduce the risk of annoying your audience and being marked as spam. So next comes the best practices for the email frequency. A good rule of the thumb is when it comes to the email frequency is to gradually increase the time gap between the emails if a sequence has more than 5 or 6 emails. The strategy helps you to avoid the spam marking and keeps your audience engaged without feeling overwhelmed. But also, remember the goal is to maintain the healthy balance and the frequent enough to stay relevant, but not so frequent that you annoy your email list. So, importance of testing. While these guidelines provide you the starting point, it's essential to remember that email marketing is all about testing and iteration. Different audiences respond differently. So what works for one campaign may not work for another campaign. We encourage you to test your various frequencies and track your results. Look at the metrics, look at the open rates, click rates, and importantly, the rate of the spam complaints or the unsubscribes. Next comes the introduction to the sending strategies and what's bulk sending also. Whether you're sending a newsletters to the subscribers or the cold emails to potential leads, choose the right sending strategy is crucial for maintaining the high deliverability and protecting your domain's reputation. Bulk sending. Bulk sending involves sending emails to more than 1,000 contacts in a single day. This method is typically used for marketing emails like uh, newsletters and people who have subscribed your content. Bulk sending is straightforward. Just blast out the emails if you're done. However, it's important to note while this method is efficient for reaching the large audience quickly, it can also pose risks because blasting such amount of emails and once will make the Google more attentive and might not delete your emails as spam or unwanted. Especially if you're sending the cold emails, why you probably didn't get consent from the people to send emails. In this case, bulk sending is dangerous. But here's how to make it less dangerous. What is smart sending and the concept of smart sending? Smart sending is about limiting the number of emails sent per day to safeguard your sending reputation and maintain the high deliverability rates. This is particularly crucial for the cold emails. With smart sending, even if you have the list of some 2,000 to 5,000 contacts, you can still choose to send only 100 emails or 50 emails per day. The backend philosophy here to avoid the overwhelming of your recipients and to reduce the risk of your domain being flagged as spam. Also, to mimic the manual human sending pattern, instead of automated pattern which bulk sending email signals to Google or the other servers. So I'm going to share your video of sending how we do smart campaign and versions growth. So here you go. This is one of our campaigns. You can schedule it, and you can set the limit of how many emails can be sent per day, maximum number of emails sent per day in this campaign, specific campaign. Even though it's like contacts is more than 1,000 or 2,000, I'm making it to send 200 per day. Now, what if we need to send more than 1,000 cold emails per day? So moving on to next slide, it's split sending for the large campaigns. So this is where the split sending comes in. Split sending involves dividing your contact list across the multiple email accounts. If I have to give you an example, for instance, if you have 1,000 contacts, you can split them into the groups of 100 and use 10 different email accounts. So each account sends 100 emails significantly, reducing the risk of being flagged as spam and protecting your domain reputation. This method is especially useful for the large cold email campaigns. So I'll show you a video of how to set a split sending on Gosens growth. Yeah, you can look here. Likewise, go to schedule and then select one or more accounts to send emails from. You can select over here, and there you can add your multiple emails and you can send the multiple campaigns at the same time. So moving on to next slide is importance of email warm-up. So another key strategy for maintaining the high deliverability is doing email warm-up. The health of your domain plays a significant role on the deliverability. The better the domain health, the higher the chances of your email will land in the inbox. How does the email warm-up work? Imagine you are meeting a new people on the social gathering. To build your trust and show that you're a real person, you'll start with a small and a friendly conversations. That's essential way how email warm-up does for your email account. It automates your friendly, natural-looking email exchanges with the other users who are also using the warm-up feature. So this exchanges make your email account appear active and trustworthy to email services like Gmail and Outlook. So this process helps your actual cold emails to avoid the spam folder and land in the recipient's inboxes. If you're new to email, if you're new to cold email or experiencing the poor deliverability, so using an email warm-up feature can significantly improve your email's chances of being seen. It helps you to establish your domain as a legitimate sender, ensuring that your message reaches their intended audience. You can do this manually also. Just start sending a random emails to your friends or colleagues' emails from the account you're using the cold email campaign. You gotta keep on sending them on daily basis. The more, the better. Also, the watch out the emails are falling on their inboxes. Growth has an email warm-up feature where you can add your sending email addresses and activate the email warm-up. Introduction of testing for the deliverability. So now let's see what all the elements you should testing when your deliverability rate is hitting low. So reviewing your email list sources, ensuring the email validity. The source and the quality of your list is fundamental to your email campaign success. If you're facing a low deliverability rates, consider revising how and where you're sourcing contacts. Ensure that all your email addresses are valid and up to date. And this means removing your dummy emails or addressing that no longer active. A clean, high quality, and the targeted list are the first step to achieving a higher deliverability. So moving on to next slide, it's subject line and the copy testing. The next element is to test your email subject line and the copy. Both are critical in capturing your recipient's attention, encouraging the engagement, also to denote your emails are not spam but of the value. If you're experiencing a higher amount of the spam reports on your email, try connecting the context of your email and copy the subject line. Also follow the guidelines which you saw in writing the high deliverability email subject line of the copy. Verifying the email frequency. I'm sorry, it's varying the email frequency. So email frequency is another crucial factor to consider. Sending too many emails in the short period can lead to unsubscribes and the spam complaints. So by sending too many or too few can reduce your engagement. If you're experiencing these issues with the deliverability, experiment with the different frequencies to find the sweet spot. This could mean sending a fewer emails per week or increasing the interval between the sends. The goal is to maintain the balance that keeps your targeted audience engaged without overwhelming them. Technical aspects. Beyond these elements, it's vital to keep a technical side of your email campaigns strong and error-free. This includes implementing the proper email authentication protocols like SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. These protocols help to protect your domain from being used in phishing or spoofing attacks and to improve your credibility of your email service providers. Ensuring that these are technical aspects that are correctly set up and functioning that significantly enhance the deliverability rates. Don't worry, we'll send you the video after the webinar through email. So I'm coming to the conclusion and the key takeaways. So now we have come to the conclusion. Let's summarize a bit. Technical best practices. Always check and keep your technical side strong. List management. Have a targeted and a clean email list. Crafting emails. Write a non-spammy subject line and align the subject line with the email copy. Write a non-pushy email copy. Compliance and the frequency. This includes the unsubscribe link in the end. And remember, always adjust the test and the email frequency. Also, the more email you send, the higher the gap between the email should be. Sending strategies. Smart sending is the best to keep your domain reputation high. Do not forget to warm up your email domain before sending your cold emails. And that's it. Increasing your email deliverability is easy. Once you do these things, as I said in the webinar. So yeah, let's do this question and answer session. So who else got the question? Let me know in the comment section. Or you can turn on your video or mic and you can ask me the questions. And guys, feel free to ask questions. We are here to answer you. No questions for Alexander, Renee, Justin, Dr. Bree. If you feel to ask your question, you can use the chat sections to ask your questions too. And I've noticed that few of the questions has been already answered. So by Sharith and the marketing team. So is that what you got? Like you have any more questions, or should we end the session now? Thank you. I understand that there is yeah, I can see a question from Alexander. Oh, sorry. You can send to everyone. What's your question? Oh, you said you have no more questions. Thank you. Anyone? So yes, thank you. By understanding this, I know stuff from Jim. Yes. Is your system is also helpful for special email addresses if I only want to use one single email address? So Gautam will answer this question from the marketing team.
Hi, Renat. Yeah, you can actually use it for special email addresses. So when you say one single email address, can you be a little bit more specific? We have a follow-up question. So in all places, you can use a Gozen email address also, which is Gozen sending to send emails, or we can also sync your email. Yeah. Yes. Don't use your original email address. For example, most of the emails that go from getgozen.com. So it's better to get a similar looking domain and then make sure that it is you warm it up nicely before sending it out. So just put some other special character before before you could send it out. Yes. Yeah. Don't put any special characters in there. It could be very difficult. The better thing to do is say, yeah, just get followed by your domain. Or the best thing would be is uh, this is, let's say, gozen.io is your main domain. gozenhq.io could be your subdomain. So the HQ is the common word that's used across all industries. Okay.
Thank you, Alexander.
Yeah, it takes about like a couple of we recommend warm-up process starts immediately, but we recommend at least 2 weeks for a good domain to be warmed up and sent out. So 2 weeks is a good time to yeah. So I think if there are oh yes, those are all the bells and whistles of bells and whistles of email marketing, tracking clicks, open rates, In fact, we even give you all the way up to like unsubscribes and then sequencing, like Ashwin and Gautam are discussing right now. So yes, all the bells and whistles. We have in-depth analytics and also stage-wise analytics also. Yeah, it's all, everything is in the same tool. Yes. Any other questions? I do have a small request. So if you really like the presentation that is given by Ashwin and the rest of the team, I really request you to do a small LinkedIn post about Gozen and then tag the Gozen page. That would be really, really helpful. It will help us in getting the word out. So we put a lot of educational content. This is just a first in the many series that we will be running. So you can watch out for continuous educational content from our side. Small token of appreciation would be to post your feedback publicly, not just the positives but also the negative ones. So I really appreciate a post on LinkedIn about this webinar. Thank you.
So thank you all for everyone. I appreciate your patience for attending the session. So yeah, let's wind up the session. I'll send you an email copy as well, and I'll write an email for the feedback as well. You write your feedback to us, so which helps us to keep on increasing our availability. Thank you. Bye bye. All the best.